Okay, so here we go. Start off with a dollar holler, Aussie on the daily, Euro on the daily, Cable on the daily, dollar Swiss on the daily, Kiwi, dollar CAD, dollar yen, and dollar index. Okay, as always, let's start with the dollar index. Okay, let's see what the scores and the doors are there. Go to the weekly chart. Where are we? Last week, we grabbed our way back up above 100, which we talked about. Maybe I've talked about for the last few weeks. We're grinding our way up there, okay, and we managed to, hold above it. If I look at the daily chart, that daily chart has been just kind of a nice move. Okay, that put in. Let's put it in here. We put in. You might look at that as a counter trend line break. You might look at that as a bull flag. Probably pushed up through the 200, pushed up 100, and I wouldn't exactly say that's a glorious base it's building there, but for the moment, even by the skin of its teeth, and it is literally by the skin of its teeth, at the moment it is holding on. Now, we'll see whether that sort of US data later on has anything to do with that. Okay, 130 in about 45 minutes, but it is holding up above 100. And if I look at the start of the week, we rallied up in the middle of last week, and we're kind of just holding there above 100, aren't we? Just holding it. Let's see what happens. What happens with that? When we look at the other side of it, okay, euro dollar. Euro dollar had been in a kind of a nice downtrend. This was a nice bounce off the 50. This was a really nice bounce off the 50. And we've just basically, I look at that as not fantastic, but a lot of that is maybe a little bit of euro strength, okay, because of the possibility of a peace deal. But if I look at it on the 4 hour chart, I wouldn't, what I'd be looking at this and saying, well, actually, Paul, are we getting an inverse head and shoulders building here? Is that, can you see that there? Maybe even more aggressive neckline there. Is that an inverse head and shoulders that's building? All right. Are we going to get some news over the next day or so that basically gives us a bit of a dollar dump and a euro pump? Really has to get above the 50 and the 200 really to convince us that that's the sort of a state of play. So we'll watch and week on that. Um, dollar yen, all right. You know, um, Part of it, an element of kind of a little bit of a flood into yen was that there's kind of talk about yen, Bank of Japan intervention again. If we look at the monthly chart, you know, from where we were at 104.80 back, what's that, 4 years ago, nearly 5 years ago, we've worked our way up. Whenever they put in these kind of intervention levels, they kind of work for a bit, but it still continues now. I spoke on Monday Market Update, and it's on the TradingView platform as well. That about Japanese government bonds, 20-year government bonds. Okay, they are racing higher and stuff and what have you, and that is one of the things we've seen in terms of destroying the yen. You can look at that over the last couple of months. That's just been a great trend, really, hasn't it? Don't fight good trends. Every time it pulled back to the 20, 3 bar reversal off the 20, 3 bar reversal off the 20. Not a glorious reversal there, but it works. There is just, that's TFM tactic number one. Okay, break the fractals on the way up, pull back, pin bar, off she goes. Okay, starting to push a little bit away, but I'll be interested to see if it can carry on. Yeah, that 4 hour chart, that was quite some run there. Okay, last week. PO 20 here, it wouldn't surprise me now. On the 4 hour chart, we drift to the 50. All right, drift down to the 50. That's what I'd be looking there in terms of a bit of a dollar hole.